Good morning, church. Pastor Dave here with the musing for the 27th of October. And today, I think it's time to get real. But what is real? What does the word real signify? Well, according to the dictionary, real means having objective, independent existence. Sounds pretty clear, right? However, we humans are a hybrid of the physical and the spiritual, part material body, part mind. In fact, C.S. Lewis once described us as somewhere between an angel and a tomcat, which may have been a little bit unfair to tomcats. Some elements of the universe we perceive with our physical senses of sight, hearing, touch, taste, smell. Things such as trees and buildings and dogs and clouds and other people. The stuff that has, indeed, an independent physical existence. But other elements of the universe we perceive with our minds. Thought, memory, beauty, honor. We still consider these things as real even though their existence isn't physical. In fact, one could argue that their existence is neither independent nor objective. And a third category of elements would be those that have some physical base but that transcend the purely physical. Most of our emotions are in this category. They are experienced mentally, but they are highly influenced by our biochemistry. These would include affection and anger, fear, and the like. Real, but only partly physical in nature. Sometimes I think that our contemporary culture places those things on a spectrum ranging from the completely physical at one end to the completely non-physical at the other. And that for some reason we ascribe a higher degree of reality to those things that we perceive through our senses. Which is why the world readily accepts the reality and the existence of mountains and puppy dogs and doubts the reality of God. Because God, you see, is way out at the non-physical end of the spectrum. We can't see him or hear him or touch him. His existence is not provable by any of those means. But it seems to me that there's another way of evaluating this spectrum of reality. All of the things at the physical end of the spectrum are temporary. Cars and rivers and people all will pass away. Their existence comes to an end. Even mountains eventually wear away and disappear. Their reality, their realness, is temporary. It goes away. On the other hand, all of the truly eternal things on the spectrum are at the other end. The spiritual, non-physical end. Things like love and truth and beauty do not pass away. Their existence does not end. God is eternal. God does not end. God does not pass away. God does not even change. Doesn't it seem reasonable to say that the things that last are in some sense much more real than the things that do not? The temporary things in this world are only real while they're here. And then they go away and the reality goes with them. They no longer exist. Surely that means that the more real world is the world of the Spirit, the world of truth and love and beauty and God. And that this world that seems so real to us, the world of our senses, is the shadow. Just a thought. God bless you all.